guys. Yeah, I know, and I'm sorry that was confusing. Can somebody confirm if I have audio? Although I could check that out myself. Let's just see. Whoops. Last second switch there on the feed. Yeah, okay, we do have audio. Good. Good. Okay. Sorry about that last second switch there. Again, live streaming bugs. And what happened with that is it was initially scheduled on YouTube Studio, and we are going through right now StreamYard. We have figured out how to do StreamYard through the ATEM Mini Pro, which I'm using here as the switcher. And so because I went through StreamYard, I could not consecutively or cohortantly or whatever you want to call it log in through the YouTube thing. So it's not 5:30 yet. No, it's 4:30. Today's stream started early, 4:28. We're actually a couple minutes early. Well, that's good, because I was panicking. I need to get a longer basement to shelve all my printers. Yeah, that's so true, Joe. Yeah, I was panicking thinking, I've got to switch streams and blah, blah, blah. So I put a quick message over in the other one and thought I better get the intro running, because if I have run into an issue, then, but look at this. We came on 2 minutes early. We have audio, we have video, and we have people watching. We're already up to 11, which is great. More people are going to pop in, I'm sure. I didn't get a thumbnail on this one because I had to just transfer the title and the description and everything over, yada, 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 but we're good. But anyways, we have Joe Velasco here. We have Teza, Guy the Jedi, Nick, Delmar Franks, Design, Build It, Repair It. We have Jose Ferreira. Thank you, Jose, for popping by. I know it's late for you or early for you, one of the two. Yeah, who else? Who have I missed? Who have I missed that hasn't spoken up yet? Zenbender is here. He pointed it out that it's not 5:30 yet. Projects and Dad's Garage. Hello, welcome. DWIT Live. Yes, I am live. Have you caught me live before? I'm not sure. Yeah, well, that's great. Notifications actually worked. Oh, good. Especially this was like literally last second notification, because my initial live scheduled live stream I had to kind of delete and then come on to this one. So that's good. We'll give it a couple more minutes just because there are some people maybe coming on. Antonio Valeri, hey, Happy New Year, and Happy New Year to everybody. Jose, almost late? No, not really. Almost late, 11:30 p.m. Well, I appreciate you hanging out as much as you can with this. So Happy New Year to everybody. 2023, my first stream of 2023. We're going to do something different than Voron for a change. We still have a little bit of work. The Trident is right there. You can see the red foot. We still have a little bit of basically all that's left on the Trident to get it printing is doing a few firmware tweaks in Clipper. Clipper's up and running. Motors are up and running. Hot ends running. Hotbeds running. Everything's running. We just have to tweak a few things with the clicky probe so that we can level the bed, and then we can do a test print, and then we'll do all the other fun tuning and everything. But that's going to be into the new year throughout this month. But I just wanted to start. Is that 6 printers off my left shoulder? My left shoulder, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you count the one on the floor down here, that's 6. And if you count the rat rig, that's 7. If you count the one that's on the floor down here, if I move out of the way here, if you count the one on the floor down here, that's 8. And the other 01 over there is 9. The mini over there would be 10, and this would be 11. I thought I counted 12 the other day, but there's a few. Golden Jaguar, how are you, sir? How are you? Welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. You missed one because you were working. That's okay. That's a good excuse. 11:30 in Europe is almost dinner time. Look at that. He is printer poor. I got to get rid of some of them, honestly. Actually, some of them are going to go down to my full-time business because I do get a lot of requests for 3D printing down there now, and I only have a couple there. So, hey, Mike Talbot, hello, and Dune591, Happy New Year to you too, sir. Yeah, but no, I've got a few that I'm not really utilizing as much as I should. So I think the Pruses are going to make their way down to my office. Hello, Duff. Happy New Year to you. Pruses are going to make their way down. One of the Vorons is going to make its way down there. And possibly the two Pruses, one of the Vorons. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We're going to iron this stuff out. There probably won't be as many builds through 2023. More so in 2023, we're going to be doing some comparisons between the printers. So we're going to switch things up a little bit on here. We're going to be doing more shorter videos. We're going to be continuing our Sunday live streams. A few more shorter videos. Maybe some unboxings if they come along. We'll be doing some unboxings and stuff like that. Grant's Auto Essentials, Happy New Year to you too. And James Christie, Happy New Year. Almost time to attend meetings, Zenbender says. Well, hey, hi, my name's Tim. I have a 3D printer problem. No, my name's Tim and I'm a 3D printeraholic. Yeah, they need a group for us, Zen. They really do. So, well, it looks like we got I'm still at the tail end of the cold. You may hear in my voice. You only have one printer, but you don't call it a printer. It's more of an ornament. Ender 5 Pro that you have to get a new main board for. The one in it doesn't work on Clipper. Okay, where did that mouse go? I can show comments now. Ooh, look at that. So that's great. So I'm gonna give me 1 second. I'm working on a different mic today. I'm working on my lavalier mic. So if there's any sound issues, let me know. I just figured this is going to pick up less background noise than my regular mic. And because I'm going to be moving around a little bit here, I think this one's going to be handy to have on me. So from what I understand, the sound is pretty good. So Sunday fun day. There we go. Oh, thanks, Duff. Looking stylish. Well, I figured since I tweeted out a picture of myself in this little rolled up nice hat, I may as well, just put that on. And it keeps my head warm, actually. It may come off after because it might get too warm down here. But generally it's cold. Liam, Happy New Year to you too. Thank you for popping in, Liam. I appreciate that. 3D Printing Addicts group on Facebook. There is, isn't there? There really is. So 3D Medic Vince, hello, Happy New Year to you too, sir. Okay, we'll give a couple more minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to see what this hype is all about. This has been sitting on my floor for a few weeks now. I've been itching to open it, but I said, no, I cannot give in. It's got to be done in a stream. And I said, you know what? 2023 New Year's Day is the day to do it because it's a year of change. It's a year of good things. It's a year of fun stuff coming up. So, yeah. And Mike, Never Let the Machines Win is here. How are you, sir? Happy New Year to you. So, okay, now we're 5 minutes in. Okay, I started a little bit early. We had the whole kerfuffle with the mix-up from the YouTube channel, with the YouTube booking and blah, blah, blah. But we're going to be streaming from StreamYard from now on through this, and the notifications will be correct. You're waiting on a delivery date for your P1P. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've watched a few unboxings. Where's Duff? Duff, this is a business printer right now. So, yeah. This is not a paid review. This is not really even a review. It's an unboxing and seeing what it's going to be like. And this guy will likely end up as a business printer because it's fast, and I sometimes need to do a lot of fast printing at the office. So, Thomas Lama, Tim Timmery, I am here. HVAC A to Z. Happy New Year to you too, sir. It says it's a 422, but it doesn't accept Clipper. Just errors out. That is really odd. 4.2.2. Yeah, I don't know much about Clipper on the under 5s. So I've only ever done them on the Vorons. So I'm having issues myself, not issues, but I'm having to fix a lot of different errors that are coming up on the Trident. But that's standard when you're putting in, especially with a clicky probe. It's very fussy as far as where it's finding everything. So good to know you're not, let people know you're not shilling. No, absolutely not. Did I get the filament changer with it? No. That will be possibly, depending on what I think about it, that'll be a future purchase to add on to this. But no, at the moment I did not know. And it's not an expensive one. It's like a $400 add-on, 400 Canadian add-on, which isn't bad for the AMS for this thing. So, but I didn't want to jump right on it. I want to see how this thing performs. without it, just as a single filament. And because I hear with the AMS, of course, it's going to be a lot slower running multicolor because it's going to change the colors every however often, depending on the complexity of your model. So you did Clipper on Ender 3 this past week. Cool. I don't have any Creality printers left. I got rid of all of them. And I just basically have custom printers other than a couple King Rune review unit I have back there, and a the one down there, which is the Cambrian, the rubber printer. So yeah. So we have a few people on. I think we can get this show on the road. Let's open the box and let's see what we're doing. We also got the early bird gift pack here. So we've got this as well, which we all know. I've watched a ton of these unboxing videos over the last week or so just to see, and there's everybody and their brother is putting a video out there for unboxing this thing. I don't think I've seen any live ones yet that I recall. And we all know what's in this. We have the low resolution camera is in this, the LED light strip is in this, and the extra large massive cooling fan is in this. So that's what comes in that little extra kit. So there we go. How has the rat rig held up maintenance wise? So far so good, but I haven't done a lot on the rat rig. It's kind of on hold until I do the VCore 3.1 upgrade, which I have the kit over there. I just have to print the parts and actually do that upgrade. But last half of last year, I got so busy with doing the Voron builds and with doing everything else that just kind of got put on the back burner for now. But that is a plan in 2023. Hopefully the first quarter of 2023 is going to be to get that rat rig upgraded, up and running and producing. So yeah, that's what we're working on with that. So the Ender is really just a backup in case you need a part for the Voron and it's not able to print. That's perfect. It's always nice to have a backup plan for the for printing parts for the Voron. So let's get on this. We have 31 people watching. We got to hit some thumbs up, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you want, or thumbs down. It's up to you. It doesn't matter to me. YouTube just counts those as interactions. And then down over here, you're going to find the subscribe button. I think most of the people on here are subscribed to my channel, but if you're not, please do subscribe. Share out the stream if you'd like, and let people know that there's another P1P being unboxed, but there's possibility of blood, sweat, and tears on this one, so we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to start unboxing, and I'm going to keep an eye on the stream as I go. Forgive me if I miss a message, and if you're asking a question and I do miss it, just re-ask it or something like that. So, okay, getting parts for your second Voron, a Trident. Yeah, the Trident was a fun build. So, okay, let me see what cameras I have for this unboxing. I have this view over here, which is this camera right over here, which basically, and I've taped up any information I just don't want out there on the web. So that's why you see some purple tape on the box. It didn't come that way. That's me. So, actually, I think I'm going to switch to, over to this guy right here, and we can kind of just go like this, and we can unbox this thing from the side here. So most people are opening the top and lifting it out, but I'm going to see if I can't do something a little different here. But I know that the box is taped on the inside, so let's go ahead and go. I have not opened this. This is the first time a knife has been seen in these boxes. From watching all the other unboxing videos, which I'm sure a lot of you have done, these things are very well packaged. So there's no worry about inferior packaging or anything on these. And this is what I wanted to open the top here for first, because we have these pieces taped to the inside of the box. Actually, if I do the overhead camera, it might be a little bit easier to see what I'm talking about. Yeah. So you see there's pieces right here that are taped. And that's basically give you a gripping handle to lift the printer out with. But I'm kind of hoping, let's just do it the easy way. So let's pop this open. I'm going to have to move this down off the bench in order to lift it out, but we'll leave it open for now up here until I get the packaging out. So we have some nice, decent bubble wrapping on the top. These things are cool. I mean, these things would make a great like pillow. Anyways, let's pop that over. Let's take these guys out. Okay, we have our box. else? No, I think this whole thing's got to come out as one big piece now. Okay, well, hot dog bubbles. That's exactly. I say there will be no blood on this stream. Okay, well, Shadell, we'll see. Okay, yeah, spin, spin, spin. It's nice to have this little. So I'm just gonna pop this. And yeah, it's nice to have a little Lazy Susan on this. So we're going to pop this on the floor. So let's go ahead and go back to this guy. It's not super heavy. So we'll pop it down here. And we will grab. Oh, just like so. There we go. And it is surrounded by a whole bunch more, as I like what Llama calls it, hot dog bubbles. These things are worth shipping, actually, because for shipping stuff, that's very cool. Okay, we'll put that in the back. There we go. This is what it looks like, all plasticed up. Let's go ahead and open this up. It's going to be loud, tearing tape off. There you go, ripping tape in full stereo vision. You know what, anybody, and I'm going to do a whole stream on how I made this, even though I don't, or a video on how I made this Lazy Susan, because I get asked that a lot. And it's pretty simple to do, and it's cheap to do. But it makes unboxings, it makes building a printer, servicing a printer so much easier. So much easier. Yes, I am impressed, HVAC A to Z, Sergio. I am impressed with how they pack their printers, indeed. They're very well packed. These are our quick guide. These are our quick start guide book. We'll pull that out of here. Okay. Lots of recycling in here. Here, let me switch over to the top again here, so you guys can kind of see what's going on here. So we have a box which is going to contain our filament and our tools and everything we need to do the assembly. We'll have a look at that in a second. Okay, we have some more foam down in the bottom here with some dry, with a Decedent pack in there, so keep it dry. Okay, and let's get the bag off of here. There we go. And that is unboxed. That is, I don't know why was I expecting bigger? No. I don't know, it's kind of cool. You see these in the videos, but when you see one in person, it's pretty cool. So here we go. Actually, here we go. Look. Yeah, so, oh, that's, man, it's dark. It's black, so it's hard to catch light in it sometimes, but there's the back and the sides. And I love the fact that y'all know it's no secret that we can print our custom sides for these things. That's pretty cool. You want to run, but the dollar is dropping daily. Yeah, our dollar sucks. Our dollar sucks big time, doesn't it, right now? So, okay. So we got this guy. Let's go ahead and open this box here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we can show you from this way. I can actually back this out of the way a little bit because I'm not actually using that mic right now. So this guy opens. Let's cut the tape. See what we got in here. No blood. Being careful with the knife. Okay, it's no surprise. From all the videos, we got a full 1 kilogram roll of PLA. Looks like matte white. White matte PLA. Bambu brand. Okay, we get the little guy in here. This is the screen. One of the many main differences between the carbon and this one is the little touch screen, which should be sufficient. We'll see. Still have packing and printer. Yeah, the packing and the printer on the bottom here. This won't come out until we raise the bed on the initial startup check. What else do we have in here? We have a we have our power cord, and then we have a little tray of accessories, including our Bowden tube, our tools, and I think it's empty under here. That's it in here. Okay, we'll throw that aside. So in here we have our spool holder, our Bowden tube. We have our standard stuff, okay, our wrenches, our Allen keys. We have a filament guide here. We have I think that's a scraper that we have to print a handle for. And then in here we have lubricant. Okay, and we have another, this is, I believe these are spare nozzle wipes or something like that. Okay. And then here we have, what is this? Thermal grease. I guess if we have to replace the hot end, we have some thermal grease. And it does come with a spare hot end. So it's a proprietary hot end. If anybody wants a closer look at this, that's actually lighter than I imagined, actually, come to think of it. But here, I'll give you a closer look at this. If we switch this over, you can kind of see, whoop, that's the hot end on this thing, 0.4. So when you go to buy, and you don't replace the nozzle, basically, you're just going to replace, well, you can probably buy a whole nozzle, but you can just replace this whole thing. And the parts are sort of cheap for this from what I've been seeing. So, okay. And here we have, it looks like, for hot end. So that's another piece for the spare hot end. And for scraper, so that's the magnets for the scraper, so you can put your scraper onto the side of the frame, I'm assuming. And in here we have, for extruder, just some more screws for rebuilding the extruder. This says for the DIY shell. So these are the screws. So when you print your shells on the outside, they give you screws to attach your shell. And then Allen key and Allen key. And the only other thing in here, which I guess I could pop out, I'm not going to cut myself, is with a protective end, and it's just a acupuncture needle. So yeah, it's a very small heat block. Yeah, considering how fast these things go. So okay, that's it for this piece. Okay, so we got some packaging to remove here yet. So let's go ahead and break out the quick start guide and see what we got to do. Morvis, hello sir, how are you? Friendship Lights, did I say hi? And if I've missed saying hi, do you forgive me? We've been going for a bit. And I'm just going to pop back through the comments and see. I think we've got everybody. I'm going to make a custom shell, but I don't know what. Yeah, I may do that. I may do that. Okay, so component introduction, USB charging port, yada yada. So a USB charging port, that's interesting. Anyways, we'll get into that. Accessory specifications and toolhead unlock. So we have to go ahead and grab some snippers. And we'll flip to this guy here. And we've got to unlock, get some zip ties here. That one, and we got one right here. Okay. It's pretty obvious what's got to be unlocked here and so forth. So we'll pull this ahead, and then we got some corrugated cardboard to remove here. There we go. Okay. Kieran Clark, hello. I didn't see you. Come on. Mika Steve, good day. How are you, sir? Hey, welcome, guys. Welcome. Okay, and then we got a little bit of some tape here holding the cable that's going to attach the touch screen, and then we have a little piece of tape here covering the micro SD card slot. And there's a card in there. Okay. Remove the foam, which we've done. There's no more foam up top, just the foam in the bottom, which will not come out until the bed gets released. Was there foam right here? There's a little piece of foam right here. There we go. And that's basically the foam covering the poop chute. Okay. And I don't see any more foam. I see another little piece of tape right here. There we go. And it's pretty obvious what you've got to remove. Here we go. And I think that's all the packing for now that I'm seeing, because we have our print head here. There we go. Belts feel nice and tensioned. Look at that. Okay. Is that a GD processor on the board? A GD processor? I couldn't tell you. Where am I looking? I don't know. Like that poop chute, though, I got to tell you that. Oh, we got another little piece of tape here on the hot end. Right here. There we go. And then there's our... That's an interesting looking hot end. I have to say that. Okay. Always lurking, are you, Kieran? Thank you. Okay, step 1. Spool holder and PTFE tube assembly. Man, could they make this type any smaller? Like, could they make that any smaller for guys like me? That's okay. We recommend using the short end of the Allen key to unlock the screws more easily. Yeah, of course. Okay, so we're going to put a spool holder on the back here. So let's go ahead and switch over to this view here. And the spool holder is going in right here. Spool holder assembly. So we have one screw already we got to remove. And let's find the screw for the spool holder. We're going to need this PTFE anchor thingamabobber taken out. It just says SMT 32103. Okay. So there's our spool guide we're going to need to put on here. I know that. And we need some screws for the spool holder. DIY shell. What do we have here? Hot end and scraper, extruder. Oh, where's the second spool holder screw? I'm not seeing a second screw for the spool holder, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. So look at that. It's rare for me. I'm even using their tools. So there's the spool holder one that came out. Now I need to find, I don't see, unless I'm missing a little package, I don't see a screw for the spool holder. It's that one there. It's the grease, thermal grease. In here, what is in here? This is the scraper blade. Yeah, that's the scraper blade. We have the needle. We have the DIY for shell. For hot end, maybe it's No, those are the 2 screws for that. And then we have for extruder. I don't see a, and it's not in there. Let me just see that I'm not missing a package from here, and I am not missing a package. So, oh, yes, I am missing a package. See, always double check your packages. And it says for spool holder. There we go. Premature throwaway is what I did. Okay, and spool holder is pretty obvious. Slotted end, you don't use. Non-slotted end, you do use. Okay. Some of the things I really don't have to point out because, you know, if common sense doesn't dictate how some of these things work, don't buy the printer. Sorry, but that's the truth of the matter. This says the guy who missed taking a bag of screws out of the... Okay. Oh, they give you a nice long Allen key here so you can actually go right through the slot. Yeah, with the US exchange rate now, the Canada are expensive. Okay, we'll snug this up here. And snug this one up. Come on. Okay, spool holders on. Okay. And the PTFE tube anchor with 2 screws from accessory box. And this is going to be for the filament guide. They're going up in this top hole here. And one of them is a, so this thing is going to kind of just rotate freely. Hence they have the screws. The screws for this thing are, so they have threaded with a smooth part on it so that, because this little filament guide just basically freely rotates around. So, and this goes down like so. Do I have to use their hex keys? I guess I will. Since it is a Bambu printer, I'll use the Bambu hex keys. And that there, so this goes in the left hole. Okay, here we go. And we'll get the right one going. I'm sorry, guys. I have to switch. Just give me a sec. Oh, there we go. I have to. I need the handle. Oh, much better. Hey, Andrew Smith. And we'll snug these down. And with them snug, so this basically, because of the design of the screws, this is free to move for the, you know, for the filament coming up and feeding up and all that stuff. So there we go. Okay. Okay, place the PTFE tube as pictured. Make sure both ends of the PTFE tube are inserted tightly. So we have the PTFE tube up here. Okay. So come on up here and we're going to insert it here and insert it as far as we can go. Right there. Okay, and then on the other end, it is going in the top. And let me switch over this guy. So it's just basically going in right in here. That's as tight as it can go in there. So the other thing, apparently there's a drag chain on the X1 carbons. No drag chain on this. Don't really see a need for a drag chain. for this, but that's okay because there's nothing really interfering up here and it looks clean, it's tidy. So yeah. Okay. Next on the list of things to do is hotbed unlock and screen installation. Okay. Now I know for a fact because I watched a few people do it. There's 3 screws to undo for the hotbed. So the bed is secured by 3 screws. There's 3 obvious red arrows on it, and I've seen a couple videos where people have missed this one. So if you're building one of these, remember 3 of them. There's 1 on each corner, 1 on the sides, and 1 in the back. So basically 3 you want to make sure come out. So, and that's just 3 little screws here. And you want to hang on to them because if you ever want to move your printer, sell your printer, whatever, I would hang on to these to put them back in. Okay, and there's a second one right here. You can kind of see where the red mark is here. Umbilical is an upgrade. Hey, Tron, yes, I did. I just had to see. Plus, it could be a good business decision. And then the one in the back here. So we'll get the one. It's not easy to see if I switch over to this view here. There we go. It's the one. It's right in the very back by the 3rd lead screw here. So way back here. There we go. Whoop. Okay, 3 screws unlocked. I'm going to leave the red marks on there just because if I ever want to pack this thing up, if I ever end up selling it, blah, 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 whatever, I can put them back in and those marks are there so people will know that they have to undo those screws. So add a rep box, no need for the rear spool. True, I have a rep box sitting up on the shelf over here somewhere. I just have to decide where I'm going to end up placing this printer, et cetera, if it's staying here, if it's going to the office. Even if it's a business printer, it could stay here because sometimes it's easier to start prints from here. But anyways, we'll see. And I can monitor them overnight here too. Okay, spool holder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this spool holder screw bag. I'm going to put these spare bed unlocking screws in here, plus the one that came out of the initial spool holder. And where's that 3rd screw right here? So we're going to keep these in a special little container, says Bambu parts. You heard it's loud. Yeah, well, I don't mind loud here. And even at my office, I have wide format printers, et cetera, running. So either place, the noise is not going to bother me. Okay, so now we have, so we've unlocked all the heat bed screws. And now we have the display, which is this guy here. Okay, and this simply plugs in the back here. It's pretty obvious the way it goes. It'll only go one way. So there's no sense giving you a close-up. I mean, if you get it upside down, it just won't work. So put it in. And if you, in case anybody wants to know and ask the question, no, you cannot upgrade this to their big touchscreen display. It's not an option to upgrade it. So that comes directly from Bambu, but that's okay. Who knows down the road, they may have something, but right now it's not an option. And then this just slides in and in the grooves and side here. There we go. If I can find the grooves, they're right there in the grooves, and it just slides over in, just like that. All the buttons seem to work fine. Just say it's in the troll in the basement making all the noise while printing at night. Yeah, well, it'd be interesting to see how much noise this does make. I have had 4 printers going at once overnight here before, and it hasn't really been an issue yet. Okay, so we have the screen installed. We have the bed unlocked. Insert the screen back, blah, blah, blah. Okay, download the Bambu Happy app. Okay, and being me who I am, I've already downloaded the app. So it's no big deal. There's a There's a QR code here you can scan, or you can go to Bambu, just on your app store, go to download Bambu, and you can download the app. I've already done it to save time. So, yeah. Okay. Connect the printer to power, follow the instructions on the screen until getting the page where it shows the right side. Okay, so power. I happen to have power right here. I got smart and I put a power plug right here. So you can kind of see, I've got to work on this camera angle because if I'm standing over here, that's great. But I happen to have a power plug right here. So let's swing this around. So these are all spare parts that are right here. Okay. Let's plug the power in. No smoke, no magic smoke. And let's get this camera angle here because just because it might be a little better. So now it says to power on, connect the printer to power, follow the instructions on the screen until getting to the page shown on the right side. So we will power it on. Let me see if I can get you guys a little closer to the screen. How about that? So you can see what happens when it powers on. I happen to have a floating camera here. Not literally floating like as in it's floating on water, but you guys know what I mean. So let's see if I can get this guy. Okay, it's going to be blurry, so bear with me for a second. It's going to be blurry, but we can fix the blurriness of it. Look at that. There we go. Okay, look at that. Okay, let's power it up. Let's see what happens. Boop. Okay, there we go. Before you use, please make sure that you have read the user manual carefully. Well, as careful as I read it, okay? It's not a touch screen, so we have to hit the OK button for next. Okay, before you use, please make sure that you have removed the screw, fixed the hotbed. Okay, of course, there's a little bit of loss in translation here. What I would like to see on this is please make sure you remove the 3 screws fixed on the hotbed. Okay, so they do give you this warning, remove the screw fixed on the hotbed, but if they were to say 3, and those folks that did it and forgot to remove that one, they'd maybe go, I only removed 2. So there we go. Because I don't know if there's potential damage if you try to raise the hotbed with the screw put in. There could be damage to the motors, etc. Right? So, and Tron, this I believe in Canada, this you can get this in Canada for $8, I think without taxes, $8.29 Canadian, which is actually really good when you do the conversion, because Bambu has a Canadian store. Okay, so you're not buying in US dollars and converting, you're buying from the Bambu Labs Canadian store, and then free shipping. Okay, so we are in North America. Oh, that looks good on the screen there. I'm glad I could get this camera angle for you guys. North America. Okay, scan the code and configure Wi-Fi. Okay, let's try this. I've heard a lot of, is this on this one? Yeah, let's, that's fine. You guys don't need to see my face. I've heard a lot of people say that this doesn't work, that they're having trouble with this, but let's go ahead and let's scan this. Open in Chrome. Let's go ahead and scan this and see if I have any luck. We use cookies. I like cookies. I'm going to accept that. Okay, I've already got the app. So download the app. I don't need to do that. I'm going to go to the app. Starting the app up. Okay, no device yet. Recommended for beginners. So how I can add a device. Bambu Handy would like to find and connect devices to your local network. Allow. So we're scanning for a printer right now. So we've got this going on. Okay, let's just see. This is where people say they're running into trouble. Now, do I need to? Let's see. And if we have too much trouble, I'll just hit setup later. But I just want to see what was involved in this. Okay, Tron, thanks so much. I appreciate you coming in. You're in US though. They have a US store as well, Andrew, out of Texas, I believe. So there's our printer. Would you like to bind the printer with a current account? Sure. Let's bind it with my DWIT 3D account. Okay, I've read and accept the terms. I haven't. I'm lying. Let's click that. We ask for your help to improve. Yeah, sure. I'll help you improve. Confirm binding. So we're going to bind the printer now. So what it's doing is it's binding the printer. Oh, Wants me to select my Wi-Fi. So I'll select my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi password. Oh, I think I know it off by heart now because I've been using it enough. Let me try. Oh, I have to look it up. Shame on me. I have to look up my own Wi-Fi password. Just because. And it's exactly what I thought it was. Okay, so let's type it in here. And now we'll click bind. Okay, so we have a message there. It says binding. Okay. So it's binding me to my printer. I wonder if it's going to change how I look or how I feel. So let's see what happens. Confirm. Okay. Whoops. Don't kick the camera, Tim. So we have a, please confirm. I know, tweet. Please confirm you've removed the 3 screws with an Allen key to unlock the hotbed. There is another warning that you've confirmed. And then there they say 3 screws. They need to have that on this screen as well. So we'll confirm that. Login device successful. An important update was detected, so let's update now. I like doing updates. So far, scan QR code to log in my devices. No devices found. Do I have to click that one? Let's see how this works. Scan QR code to log in. Before you used to run the self-test. Okay, so what QR code do I need to scan to log in? Okay, where's a QR code to log? Maybe it was on here. Okay, well, it doesn't want to update it yet. Let's finish the setup on this end now. We've binded to my phone. You just want a 3D printer that prints. Well, this is supposed to be able so that I can print from my phone too over the Wi-Fi. I want to just test all the functions it's supposed to have to make sure it's going to work. Seems like a lot of work, but it's no different than setting up a Voron and setting up Clipper and setting up all that other stuff. You got to make sure everything works. This doesn't require your phone. You have a micro SD on top here. You can just print from standard or you can print over Wi-Fi. And if you don't want to go over Wi-Fi over your phone or over your computer, slice it, put it on the micro SD card, put it in and print it. So let's hit start here. Okay, self-testing. So let's switch back over to this guy and here. Now we're doing a self-test. Just says right up here, just says self-testing. I haven't ripped this thing off yet. I'm not a fan of ripping them off yet. Eventually it'll get all bubbled up and, you know. You can only use SD cards after setting up. I did not know that. Okay, test failed. Please search solutions for Bambu Handy app. Okay, so test failed. Well, I don't know what failed. Please search for solutions. So here's, oh, now it's rebooting. Before you use, make sure that you've read the user manual. Okay, let's go next again. So we're back to this screen for some reason. Okay, let's go next again. Make sure you've removed the bad screws. Wait 2. Oh, they want me to wait. Okay, so North America. So I think what I'll do this time, okay, they make you wait to make sure that you have read, and let's go start. So maybe something screwed up when I did this. Oh, there we go. Now we're self-testing. So here we go. So if we look here, the bed just raised up. So now that the bed raised up, we can get rid of these 2 pieces of packing. Okay, now it's running a self-test. Right now it's doing, I believe it's doing a, I don't know, it's doing its thing. It was shaking the bed up and down, and then it's probably going to do a resonance test on the hot end. It must have applied the update and reset. That's probably right, Kieran. So I wonder if the overhead's better to see this self-test happening. Nah, doesn't matter, either or. This camera, you can kind of see what's going on. We're raising the bed up. It's all self-leveling. Okay. And now we're doing the whole shaky bed thing again, which I assume is it resonance testing the bed. Is that possible? I don't know. Now we're going to touch the nozzle probably. Look at that. Probably calculating its Z offset. And now it's going to do a resonance testing on the hot end, or in other words, input shaper is what it's doing right now. And here, let's see if you can hear this. It's going to sound like a jet engine. Here. Oh, it's taking it off. Just the fact that it has this ability to do an input shaping on its own for a printer in this price range is really decent. Okay, it's getting quieter now. So. And again, obvious, in case anybody points out the obvious, that yes, it's doing this input shaping right now on this Lazy Susan. And when I find a permanent home or wherever, yes, I got to do the input shaping again. Because it's doing the resonance testing and the vibration checking, whatever you want to call it, based on being on this Lazy Susan, which is a movable, not 100% solid base. So this test would have to be performed once again. Get to the chopper. Who was it said? I saw it was I think it was on the Bambu Labs Facebook group. Somebody had a picture. They had done the pegboard and hung all their tools off the other side of the pegboard. And I agreed that that's not necessarily a good idea for a printer that's supposed to go as fast as these things are, because how much is that going to rattle when you're doing a fast, high-speed print with the vibration? So here we go. It's still doing the resonance testing here. 50 people watching. Thank you so much, everybody who's out. And I hope, I'm going to look and see, I hope I have 50 likes. I have 26 likes. So I'm not the best person at math, but 50 does not equal 26. So if you like what you're seeing, oh, maybe there's 24 thumbs down, which is good. Okay, good. That's fine, as long as it equals 50. But give me a thumbs up. Come on, guys. And after this, we get to put some filament in. Oh, here we go. Some more takeoff noise. Hey, Craze Factor. Like and subscribe, guys. Does this button work? There it is. Look at that. Boop, boop. I keep forgetting to use that button. Okay. We are still self-testing. Maybe I shouldn't move this while it's doing that, but that's too bad. So if I pop over here, you can kind of see how far we are into the self-testing. Slant the hat for more likes. So slant it like, there we go. Let's go back to this guy. Slant it like this, you mean? There you go. Slanted hat. Ha 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 ha. Like the cool kids do. Oh, okay. There we go. Ask my wife what she thinks about this hat on me. Pre-ordered early December in EU. Still hasn't gotten word on shipping updates. Ah. Interesting. Okay. There we go. Self-test complete. Your printer is ready. They even tell you to enjoy printing with a smiley. So if we go finish, we should come to a main screen. There we go. Push the button. So we're at the main screen, ready. Firmware was successful. So we did update firmware successfully. So Kieran, you were right. That's what happened there. There we go. Firmware we have is 01.01.00.00.00, blah, blah, blah. So we have calibration. Auto sleep is set for 15 minutes. We have a factory reset, and we have our serial number. Okay, cool. And then we have our network. We're cooked up. The account is DWIT 3D Canada. There we go. So we're good. So now I can go over here, and I can go up to home, and there's our home screen. Okay, ready to print. So with that said and done, woohoo, I think we're ready to throw some filament on. Now, first thing I'm going to do, well, I won't do that first thing. Showed in stock for you in Canada. Order today. Cool. Awesome, Christina. Yeah, and I love the fact that they from Canada, they ship from BC in Canada. So I love the fact that Bambu has looked into the market, obviously, and they've got a Canadian store, they've got a US store. Do they have a European store? If not, I bet they will. But I'm so glad that they actually have it where you can shop in your dollar and you don't have to worry about the conversion. Okay, Bambu Studio, I have not downloaded on this computer yet, but we're just going to run a test print off the card for now. So let's load some filament. Insert the filament into the PTFE tube. Keep pushing the filament until it cannot move forward. We recommend using the supplied Bambu PLA Basic for your first test print. Okay. Let's see how this goes, and then we'll use this, and then I'd like to throw some Polymaker on here after this and do another one, see how it handles just another brand of filament. Okay. Let's go ahead and open this up. It does make, you're right there, Christina, for sure. When you want parts, right now a lot of their parts are out of stock or sold out because the demand, but it's the parts are so cheap. It's I'll definitely probably be ordering spare parts just to have on hand because it's not a major investment for the parts for this. So okie doke. Love their spools. I don't know if they're recyclable, whatever, but nice plastic spools. Although plastic, yeah, maybe you can print your own reusable spool as well. And Bambu does, I believe, sell their filament as refills. So. Okay, so we're going to leave that. We're just going to do that so I don't leave that tangling and dangling. Let's move this camera out of the way a bit. We might bring this camera back forward after to get you guys a close-up look. But for now, we'll come here and we will throw the filament on the spool holder. Come on, get on there. Okay, and let's cut this end off. And let's load it in. Get in the hole, in the hole. Oh, I can twist this thing. Oh, there we go. Yes. I have a local supplier that sells Voron parts as well, Duff. He's 10-minute drive from me, if that, 5-minute drive. Okay, we got the filament loaded in here. We pushed it in until it stopped. That's all they said to do. Now, the one thing I'm going to do, because watching the videos, a couple people had bed adhesion issues because they did not clean the bed before they started. So it comes with a two-sided textured PEI sheet. I'm on the wrong camera. Two-sided textured PEI sheet. So I'm going to just give the one side a quick spray with 99% isopropyl alcohol. And we'll clean it. Once they cleaned it, they had no problems whatsoever. So we don't know who's touched the bed. The bed didn't have a protective coating on it, so it just makes sense to clean it now. And they've got little stops at the back for lining your bed up too, which is really cool. So there we go. Bed's on. Okay, let's see what we're going to print. Let's bring this guy back into the picture. Okay, here we go. So we have, am I in focus there? That's not bad. Okay, so let's go home. Ready to print. What do we have? Let's see. Boom. Where do I get my print files? There we go. SD card. No, that's not what I want. Oh, I want the little folder down below, probably right there. Okay, so we have a dino puzzle. We have Bambu Lab spool part 1. So that's the spool you can print that I was saying. We have the bed scraper. We have a puzzle. We have a film sticking fixture. We have a film sticking fixture. We have a honeycomb organizer. Whatever that's called. I guess this is the one disadvantage of this little screen is you've got to wait and see what these things are called. Outer diameter gauge, phone stand, scraper grip, screw gauge, Spartan SD card holder, squishy turtle. I don't know, what should I print? There is no benchy on this card. There could be bad luck germs all over it. That's true. Oh, all these spools. Oh, so that's a master spool that I have on there. Oh, cool. Okay, good to know. Okay, I don't know. Shy turtle. Should I print a shy turtle? What do you think? Scraper would be quick. Okay, let's do Scraper Grip by Bambu Labs. Let's click on it and we will just go print. Okay. So let's go ahead and lower. Let me give you a view with this camera. Sorry, I know it got blurry for a second there, but we'll lower this. We'll zoom out. We'll zoom out. Whoa, other way. There we go. And let's see how this does. Oh, why do I have that other secondary window in my secondary window? That's warming up right now. Let's see how long this takes to warm up the bed, etc. There we go. So right now we are at, we're warming the bed up to 55, and the bed's right now at 32. So it's warming up pretty quick. And when this starts printing, we'll have a look at it. And then we'll have a look at the bonus kit that came with it. I haven't installed any of the bonus kit things. Apparently, we need to print a accessory for the fan. We have to print that accessory, which is probably one of the files on there. I just didn't notice. And then also, no, then the LED just plugs in and the camera would just plug in. But we'll have a look at those in a moment. It did come with an SD card, yes. That's actually what it's reading. The SD card is in the top here. So, yeah, the SD card is right in the top here behind the screen. It's popped in here. So, yeah, came with that. We are at 47, 48, 49. So we're almost close to temperature on the bed. And yeah, the bed is warming. Here we go. And here we go. And the nozzle's heating up. So 63, 73, 81, 90, 99, 108. Nozzle heats up extremely fast. 124, 132, 139, 145, 152, 158, 164. Yeah. We're going to 250 on the nozzle. Interesting for the PLA, but very interesting. But we're just going to do what their file says. The cam on the tripod is a, I'll have to show you in a minute. Remind me to show you custom creations. It's one that I got off AliExpress, either AliExpress or one of those guys. It's a great camera. I can adjust the brightness on it here. So I can go a little darker, or I can even go a little bit lighter on it if I want to, which actually probably looks pretty good there. It's manual focus, and it has a variable zoom factors depending on which model camera you buy. But I'll show you that in a little bit after that, custom creations. That's a good question. I get asked that a lot. The bed is going to 55. You think their profiles are set for ABS? I would hope for their test prints they're not. Oh, now it's cooling. Now it cooled down to 200. Okay, it went to 250, then it's cooling to 200 now. Now it's doing its shaky stuff again. Okay, the fan's about as loud as a standard fan on a printer for a cooling fan. Okay, it's going through its paces here. Okay, cleaning the nozzle, which I like. It has that nozzle cleaner. Coming down to say your thing. Oh, thank you. No, I don't have time for this. Ethan, I'm live. Are you going to say your thing? Come here. Look right into there. Say your thing.
Hit that like
No,
button.
get over here. And then say it right there.
Hit that like button and subscribe. Bye.
There we go. How can we resist that?
I came here to say that you can do it after you're done live streaming.
Yeah.
The TV's broken again.
Okay.
You can do it after.
Maybe while the print is printing, I'll run up and have a quick look for you. Where's your mom? Okay, here we go. Oh, now we're leveling, it looks like. 250 maybe for, that's good. That's probably right, Delmar. I'm sure that's exactly what was going on with that. And now we've cooled down again to 140 on the hot end while we do the leveling. Or the, sorry, the mesh leveling, yeah. But our bed is maintaining 55 bang on. Can you run this with Clipper? I don't know, Chris. I know initially when Bambu came out, there was a big controversy over the proprietary of their software and open source, etc. And I think they've addressed that. So I believe it is all open source now, but I don't know if you could or not. I don't know if I'd want to. Well, I don't know if you'd need to. Let me go get that other camera. You know. Oh, Duff, $6.99. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, for the kiddo. Oh, great. Thank you so much, Duff. I will let him know that you have donated to his Xbox fund. Does PLA stick better to smooth sheets versus textured? I find it sticks fine on both myself. Just depends on your, I think it just depends on the bed. I've not had a problem with PLA on any of the textured sheets I use. I use a texture sheet on the Voron 2.4 and it sticks beautifully. Okay, we're up to 220 degrees on the hot end and 55 on the bed. And it looks like we're going to start printing. Is there any filament coming out? I don't see filament coming out. Now, maybe did I not push it in far enough? Nope, I have no filament coming out. Okay, well, let's go back. Let's stop the print. Okay. Maybe I didn't push the filament through hard enough. You saw the purge worked out. Okay, well, let's have a look here. Let's turn this around. I don't know if I can't see if it purged anything. No, but let's just see if I can. Oh no, I can pull the filament. So the filament's not even in the nozzle. So maybe I need to hold this in. Let's try this again. Let's go and let's hit play. No. Now, is there a way here for actually setting up filament? Let's just see. Okay.
I love you.
Okay, hang on 1 second, everybody. Hang on 1 second. I keep getting interrupted, but that's okay. It's just he doesn't understand. They say to push it in until you can't anymore, and it should grab onto it, which is what I did. Can't push it in anymore. Okay, so let's try it again. I wonder if there's a way to load filament in this. Let's just see. Let's go. That's the model. If I go to the home screen, ready to print. Because there's got to be a way to unload and load. Okay, here we are. So we can go over here, unload, and off AMS. No, so there's nothing here that says actually load filament. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to give it another go. Okay, scraper grip. Bed scraper by Bambu is the one I was going to do. There we go. Let's push that, and let's push print. Let's see what happens. This time what I'll do is I'll reach around the back, and I'll make sure I'm pushing on the filament. Make sure it loads. It's not pulling any filament yet. There we go. It's pulling filament now. It is pulling filament through now. So, okay, guys, I'm going to run upstairs really quick while this is watching. I'll leave the camera. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. I didn't see what happened, but I'm hoping it's going good. Thanks, Jerry. Feeling a little better today, still a little bit clogged. Yeah, let's see what happens this time. We're just climbing up to print temperature now. There we go. Purge line. Right there. Talk about a perfect first layer. Look at that. Although, mind you, that's just a purge line, but still. Now we got something going. Now, it says on the screen 62 minutes to print, but somehow I don't think that's accurate. Okay. First layer is going to go slow. Apparently, second layer is when we get into hyper mode. See if I can get you guys a better angle on this. There we go. Eight minutes from what you've watched? Okay. Well, I can tell you that's as good a first layer as you're going to see. And of course, we can't resist touching it. No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay. It's hard to get that focused. It's white on black. Right about. Come on, focus. It's doing 2 parts? Huh. Interesting. It's not so loud so far. Not yet. It's not really loud. I mean, here, if I pop this off. Oops. That's just the part cooling fan you're hearing mostly. Or no, sorry, that's the hot end fan you're hearing mostly. And it might get loud. Let's see. Hey, Ben. Hey, Brendan. I don't even know what we're printing here. It's supposed to be a scraper by Bambu Labs. Oh, okay. Okay. Now we're going to go fast, I think. Here we go. Oh, we're shaking. Okay, here. I'll get my mic close up. Not as loud as I was expecting it to be honest. Now, maybe with that extra fan, with the larger fan on it, it will be a lot louder. The timer's gone down to 56 minutes. So it hasn't been going for 13 minutes at all yet. So the timer's definitely not accurate. So I'm gonna switch over to this. I'm gonna turn this around here. And then while we're here, let's open up this let's open up the bonus box while we're watching this guy print. Okay. So we got basically it says the Bambu Lab Please scan QR code for installation video. Chamber camera, LED auxiliary, and power cooling fan. Yes, it did, Craze. Same time. It was 2 separate tracking numbers, but it came at the same time via FedEx. The build surface has some movement independent of bed. It does. Okay, so in the bonus box we have the camera. Get that tape off of here. It's got some tape on it. There we go. Ribbon cable to hook up the camera, and it just feels like a well, it's probably no bigger than a Raspberry Pi camera. There's no weight to it at all, of course. That's just a plastic enclosure for a little board with a tiny lens on it. This is apparently a low resolution camera, so not the same you get with the X1 Carbon that will do the time lapses and all that. This is just like a monitoring camera, which apparently is crappy. But anyways, and then under here, this is the LED strip. Nothing special. Just a little strip of LEDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 LEDs and a plug, which is fine. That'll lighten it up a bit, brighten it up a bit. Okay. And we have the for X1 for PMP, PIP, P1P. Oh, different screws for different things. I guess you can get this kit for the X1 too. And then, yeah, we have the massive, I mean massive, auxiliary cooling fan. That, I'm sure, is going to be loud. So, yeah. And as somebody pointed out, no instructions for how to install any of this stuff. But I'm sure at their on their site there's going to be something. And then we have some adhesive, double-sided adhesive tabs for probably installing the, I don't know, the LED, maybe the LED strips and the camera. No, the camera's going to clip in. These are probably to install the LED strips. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, yeah. That's all that's involved in the bonus kit. On the SD card was a part for the auxiliary fan. Yes. Okay, I figured it would be. Different screws for different folks. That's right, Jerry. Okay, it's going along good. We got good bed adhesion anyways, which is what a few people were having issues with, was bed adhesion, because they didn't clean the bed before they started the print. We got some Z-hopping going on here, man. Now it says 52 minutes, but I don't know. Somehow I don't think. 2 strips for LEDs and 2 strips and 2 for fan and 2 spare. Ah, okay. That's a big fan. So that goes down on this side, but there's a stand that brings this up to go sort of up like this. I think, yeah. But how does the fan then go up and down with the bed? Or does it? Anyways, it's not for me to ask. It's just for me to put in and do. But that's a big fan. 120 by 32, I think. Whatever that means. Anyways. Fan is stationary. Oh, really? Interesting. Oh, of course the fan is stationary. Duh. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that was a dumb moment. because the layer that's printing is not going to move. Your nozzle's not moving; it's the bed that's moving. So yeah, I was thinking like the 2.4 Voron where the gantry is moving down, but no, the bed. This is more like a trident. I'm old, no worries. Thanks, Jerry. Hey, C-Top FPV. You don't feel bad. Okay, good. Thank you. Appreciate the support there. But like while this is running, I mean, the frame, again, like as people have said, that they've obviously stripped down the X1 frame and made it a bare frame because this is obviously manufactured, mass manufactured frame. It's pretty sturdy, pretty solid. It's got a plastic base on the bottom. So let's get rid of some of these peanuts from the packing. What else can I say about it? It is compatible with the AMS. You can put an AMS on this. Yep. It looks like it'll take, spool holder's nice. It'll take a wider spool. I have some spools that are a little bit wider. I don't really need to worry about the poop chute, maybe for some purging and stuff, but don't worry about the poop chute until I get an AMS. Routing the camera ribbon will test your patience. At least it did mine. Watch out for the ribbon cable latch. Okay. So the camera goes up in this corner somewhere, apparently. Up in there. I don't want to interfere with my print, but hey. So the camera is going to go up somewhere up there. Anyways, I'll figure it out. Looks like it goes kind of like in, no, it's got to go on an angle or something. Anyways, I'll worry about that later. I'll worry about that after. Oh, I see. There's a little groove here for routing the, oh, I see. The camera cable has adhesive on it already. Ah. Okay, nozzle wipe even when starting with one color for the poop chute. That won't fill up too fast though, but that's okay. Yeah. So that's going to route out that way. It's going up in this area for sure. And yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll get that going. Still says 48 minutes left on this handle. So I don't know, but it's looking good. I mean, man. So we'll see how this goes. I mean, I've been watching some of the Facebook posts on the Bambu Facebook page about people with the X1 carbon having quality consistency issues after the first spool of filament, after the first 100 hours of print, etc. So, but like any mass manufactured piece of equipment, you're going to have some that have issues. You're going to have some that work perfectly. And like anything, everything needs maintenance after a certain time. So, oh, she hasn't, Karen. Sorry to hear that, man. I hope you both recover really quick, man. Wow. I saw that, Jerry. Yes, I saw that video you received, and I think that's what made me think of it and look for more. But you got to look at it and say that's one person out of how many, and you got to look at the numbers and look at the percentages. You on any of the Facebook groups, even the Voron Facebook groups, you're reading people swearing about the Voron builds and that, you know, they're having this issue, that issue, and blah blah blah. So there's no such thing as a piece of equipment that has all these moving parts that's going to be maintenance free or trouble free 100% of the time. Craze factor, it says 46 minutes, but depending on, it must be an awful big scraper if it's telling me 46 more minutes. I can't see it being that long, but let's just wait and see. Now my head is too hot. Ah, man, hat's got to come off. The stream is brought to you by Tim Hortons. No, it's not. I'm just kidding. The stream is brought to you by me. I know, Zen. I read some of those Facebook groups, posts for Voron, for Bambu, and I just like, wow. There's always something wrong with something from those groups somewhere. I swear some of them just want something to post about, so they look for something to post about. One person has a bad experience, they like to basically try and convince other people that they're going to have that same bad experience and to trash the bad mouth. You know where I'm going, right? But I'm the type of guy that I just like to go from my own experiences. So that camera's following my face around again, isn't it? I did not ask you to follow my face. Stop it. Right now. Sit. Go back to the printer. Oh, I'm going to have to override you. Oh, you little bugger. How did that happen? People don't want to see me. There we go. People want to see that. Now behave. Blind leading the blind. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, Morbus. It's a good camera that way if I want it to follow my face, but I didn't want it to follow my face. I don't know why it turned that on automatically. Could have been a hand gesture I used. This camera reads hand gestures. Like if I go like this, and I go up, well, it make me a liar. It's supposed to zoom in. No. There we go. Bambu taking over the camera. Yeah. Your camera kept looking to the right of you. Interesting. I do that too, Jerry, when I'm watching your... I'm just kidding, Jerry. Give it the other hand gesture. Oh. I'll have to bleep that out on YouTube. No. Now we say... oh, the screen's gone blank. How do I... 43 minutes, it's saying, but according to the little chart here, the little line, we're about 40% of the way done. Must be doing a delicate part. I want it to be finished quick because I want to start another print. I want to throw some Polymaker on. Oh, while it's printing, I'm going to download Bambu Studio. Let me download Bambu Studio. Okay, let me do that while this is printing. Let me go to the interwebs, as Thomas Lama calls them, I think. Interwebs. BambuLab.com. And it is in, I believe, support. And downloads Bambu Studio. Download Bambu Studio for Windows. Okay, let's download the studio, get it going. Oh, the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm using a different mic today, so sorry. Hopefully that's okay now. Static. I could switch to the Rode mic, but it might be too loud being right next to the printer. You might not even hear me. Okay. Okay, let me go to my downloads. And Bambu Studio Windows version 1.04.00.18. Yes, Windows, I trust this software. And I'm not showing you guys the install. You've all installed software. So far, there's no secret or trick to it. Okay, why do I think Windows is asking me? Oh, there we go. Now we got to go next. Run Bambu Studio, associate 3MF files, associate STL files, associate step files. What the heck? I can always disassociate if I don't like it. Now, Bambu Studio, as we know, the slicer was get started. We're just going to. It's going through basically a startup wizard. I'm in North America. We go next. We kindly respect your privacy. Okay. I don't need the carbon, but we'll put it. I don't need the carbon in there now, so we'll uncheck that. Uncheck the Lab X1, and we'll do the P1P with a 0.4 nozzle. And it also has some profiles. Oh, it's got a profile for the Voron 2.4. Let's throw the Voron profiles in while we're doing it. Here, let me, can I actually move this over? Yeah. You guys might find this interesting. Get some more of them interwebs. Yeah, you got that. So it's got profiles for the Voron 2.4 300. I'm just curious to try this slicer in that. It's got a profile for the Trident 250, which I have. Does it have a 0? It has a profile for the 0.1. So it's interesting. It has all the Voron profiles for the most part, and it has one Creality Yender 3V2 profile. That's it. And then we have the profile for the P1P. So let's go ahead and add the Voron profiles too. Why not? Okay, filament selection, printer. Whew. Well, let's add all the filaments. Why not, right? Let's add all the vendors. So they have Bambu specific, they have Polymaker and generic. Interesting that they have Polymaker. TPU, generic ABS. Let's do generic ABS. Generic PETG, why not? PLA, CF, carbon fiber, I do have that. PVA, no. Generic TPU, yeah, Polylite. And look at all the Polyterra. They have Polylite and Polyterra. And then Voron generics. And then Voron generic everything. So let's go next. That's fine. Install Bambu network plugin. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the network plugin. Okay. Go back to this. Okay, Windows Defender Firewall has blocked some of the features. Private networks, such as my home network. Yeah, you can get on my private network. I don't mind Bambu, as long as you don't share my information. Installation 100% successful. There we go. And now, I have no idea how to use this. I've never opened Bambu Lab Studio before. So you may have to add the special G moves to your config for them to work with your Vorons. Okay. Why do they have those profiles? It's a slicer. It's no different than having the Voron profiles in Prusa Slicer or Simplify 3D or Cura. They just got profiles to print your Vorons, to print on your Vorons. How much to ship this printer? Shipping was free from the Canadian Bambu Lab distribution or distributor. Okay. So here's a look at the. So basically, we have new project, open project, and they've given you the Bambu Christmas cabin with the controversial. Did they take it out? They had that controversial guy in there, but that's all been taken care of. You have your user manual. That's pretty cool. Really nice user manual. Okay. So if I wanted to say create a new project, there we go. There's our build plate. There's our prepare, preview, device. I just have to kind of play around with the slicer a little bit here. But we're using the P1P 0.4 nozzle. Bed type, we're using the textured PEI plate. Bambu PLA basic, or I can go down here next and say I'm going to try Polylite PLA. So we'll just use the standard I'm not even going to change much. I just want to see what their standard settings do. What's the advanced tab give us? The advanced tab lets us get into all the different fun things. So we're going to not do advanced. I'm going to pretend I'm a newbie and I don't know what I'm doing, which some of you people might say, well, you don't know what you're doing, but hey, that's okay. Let me find a model. I have some models here. That way I can slice my own model. It doesn't have to be one on their test print, et cetera, et cetera. What can I print? Something that's going to be quick. I don't, where's my STL files? There we are. What do I have in here? I have a benchy. Nah. Side skirt. Nah. Couch bracket. Where's all my other 3D files? I have a whole folder full of 3D files. You think I can find them? Flexi Factory. I have some Flexi Factory stuff. I have all schwacked full of Flexi Factory files. Robot eye. Ooh, I could do a robot eye and see what the tolerances and stuff are like on this. Let's drag this over here. That wouldn't be there. That wouldn't be a very long print. So if I did this robot eye, it's this guy here. And if I just did it with the standard settings, layer height 0.2, first layer height 0.2, seam position aligned. Let's do random seams. Somebody complained about the seam position on this. They said, why am I getting this line? Well, they probably had aligned seams all selected, so the seams are going to align on one. You can do it on the back, nearest. I mean, there's different ways you can align your seams. So we'll do a line because it's a robot head. What the heck? Only one wall on top surfaces. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at the standards. And it should layer height 0.2, outer wall speed 200. Let's see what we have. "29 minutes, 40 seconds. Okay, what speeds are we running at here? I think I have to go to advanced to actually see the speeds. Let's see, line width first, no, right here, speed. First layer 50, first layer infill. Outer wall 100, 300, 270. So we're going some pretty fast speeds. Acceleration is at 10,000. Top surface 2,000, outer wall 5,000. Now let's see if it finds the device. No printer. Maybe because it's working right now. Okay. I don't know why I just canceled that, but hey. I want to see if it can find my printer on the network. Maybe. Let's see what this says on time. It says 32 minutes left. Well, that's quite the complicated scraper. Well, let's just let it finish printing. Meanwhile, let's go back here. I just want to see if there's a way to actually detect my printer. Printer plate. Printer. Let's go to this little setup icon here. It's that one there. Oh, that's just to add another printer. So we don't need to do that. So we can confirm that. That's fine. But is there a way to actually detect the printer? It's going to be under device. We're going to add a device. My device. Can't find my devices. No printers. I'm going to put you back over here, and I'm going to do a little bit of reading, see what it says to do. Okay, it's going to want me to log out. Well, it's got a whole list of instructions here as far as finding the device. Okay, so under home, log out. Okay, let me see if I can figure this out. Okay. Oh, you know why? Duh. On the home screen here, I didn't even log in. So apparently I got to log in and register. Or log in. And so there's my sign-in screen. It's on the other window, and I'll just do this so you don't see my password and all that. Then let's put my password in here. Whoops. Okay, come on, password. And yes, show it so that I can see that I'm not making a mistake. Password is required. I know, I'm trying to put it in. And let's sign in. I know you use cookies. I agree to all the cookies. I said I'll have cookies. You want to synchronize your personal data from? Yeah, why not? There we are. There's DWIT 3D. Okay, good. And we're still printing, as you can see in the bottom right screen. It's printing, so it's busy. Yeah, it could be. Well, let's go ahead and see now that I've logged in. Let's go device. See, here we go. It's finding it now. So it says 56% finished. So it's showing the printing status here of what's being printed. Look at that. And it's not showing. Of course, I think if I had a camera hooked up, it's going to show up in this screen here. Is when I get the camera hooked up. Media not supported by this type of printer. There's my model, my serial number, my update, my release notes, whatever HMS stands for, Her Majesty's Service, I believe. What this has to do with royalty, I don't know. But there we are. So there's the device. Okay. So if I bring in my little guy again, latest to be bamboozled. Yeah, Kit, what can I tell you? How you doing, man? Okay. Let's bring in my model again. I think I'll do a different one. I don't want that long a print. Although we're at 6:15, we start at 4:35, 6 or 7. I can go to 7:30 for my standard 3-hour stream. Flexi Factory STL. Why don't we do Robot Eye small 3 links? Robot Eye small 2 links. Robot Eye big hand stick. These are just some Flexi Factory files I have downloaded. Badge stand. What's a badge stand? Oh, that thing. Okay, that's for the badge. Okay, I understand what that's for now. You guys are still on this screen. I should bring you back over to this one. Well, I'm just poking around STLs here. Flexi Astronaut Skeleton. Oh, he'd be a big print. But he'd be a cool print to do. Wonder how long he would take. Yeah, he'd take a while. His Majesty's Service now. Oh, sorry, Mark. You're right. His Majesty's Service. Yeah, you guys are right. I'm wrong. Okay, well, that's quite the Quite the blade holder it's printing. This part here must be the cap or the cover or something or a stand. But the handle looks like it's almost done. It's on the top layers on the handle. Okay. In the meantime, and in between time, let me find a smaller file. How long would that one take? Let's see. Mm-hmm. 43-minute print. Wow. Although I don't believe that. I think it goes faster than that. It's a nice slicer though. It's actually not bad. I like the look of this. So I just threw this hand in here just to see what it would do, how big. That's another one of the Flexi Factory files. And according to this, it's going to take 43 minutes, 36 seconds to print. Total time 49 minutes because it's a 6-minute prepare time. I'm assuming that prepare time is the leveling and the probing and the mesh leveling and everything like that. So they even tell you the time for the leveling. Let's see. Inner wall, outer wall, bridge, gap fill, custom seams, travel, retract. So I can turn on all these things if I want to see the retractions and the travel. Just like any slicer. And just like any slicer, you can come down and show it layer by layer. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I think I want something a little quicker. I think a benchy. Okay, let's find a benchy. I know, boring benchy, but apparently this can do a benchy in like 14 or 18 or 20 minutes or something like that. 14, 18, 20, 24 minutes. King's Court, yes, no kidding. Yeah, you can print your own sides. You customize your sides. They provide you with the files that you can either just print, or they'll provide you with the files that you can go ahead and edit. Do I have a squirrel? Flexi astronaut, Flexi dolphin. I've got a bunch of my. I've got a bunch of. Oh, I do have a squirrel. I have a bunch of my Flexi Factory files here. Flexi Factory coin, Flexi Factory seller badge, lobster. I have squirrel tail, squirrel no fur, squirrel tail short, squirrel no fur. Let's see what squirrel no fur looks like. Oh, that's the squirrel tail no fur. That's just the tail. Well, I have the squirrel tails, but I don't have the squirrels. They're probably on my other computer. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, you have a squirrel tail. I got no squirrel to put it with. I have a triceratops. He's too big. Excuse me. The portal cube enclosure. Yes, I saw that. That looks really cool. No benchy on the SD card. I couldn't see it. At least I don't think I saw one on the SD card. No, I'm sure I didn't see one. I think this piece over here is finished. So I don't think we're that long now. It says 22 minutes left, but this must be a stand or something, or a wall mount or something for it that it's printing now. Because the other pieces are finished. Maybe we'll just print something else on the SD card, and I'll just throw the PLA, the Polymaker PLA in anyways, and go from there. to see what it does. Because I'm sure Polymaker PLA could be pretty much compatible with the settings it's going to have for PLA. So that's what we'll do. It's always like a task to say, what should we print next? Portal game is cool. I'm not big into games. I can't do VR because of my vision. So I kind of lose out on that. Tell me if this, do I have like an echo now? Like I'm on 2 microphones testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Hello. Did that do anything, or was I just normal? I'm just curious if I was able to switch microphones midstream. No echo. Okay, interesting. Okay, cool. Oh, I know why too. Okay, good. That's good that it worked. Okay, thanks guys. So let's see, we have 46 you guys on here right now. How many likes do I have? I have 42 likes. I like those numbers. I'm gonna give myself a like, and I'm frozen on YouTube. Oh, look at that. I froze way back when before I took the hat off. Oh, look there, it looks good. And we are streaming in 1080p. I like it. Good. The other mic sounded a little better. Well, let's see. I'm curious to see if that other mic would be an issue with noise. So hang on, let me try something here. Okay, I'm gonna go silent for a minute. Okay, how does that sound? I'm curious what this sounds. This is the Rode mic now, which is pretty close to the printer. So the printer might be overpowering my voice, or you're just actually hearing maybe more of what the printer's like. So tell me what that sounds like. Or if it sounds okay. I purposely went with my lavalier mic for that reason, that this might be too loud right next to the printer on the desk here. So, but the lavalier mic should be you should be hearing me now. And then the printer, of course, becomes the background music, which I don't have on my stream right now. Can hear you over the printer fine. Oh, okay, well, cool. Good to know. Well, I can leave that one on. That way I don't have to worry about this thing. Well, we'll go with this one for now. We'll see what happens. My voice is a bit fuller. Okay, good. Well, thank you, guys. That's awesome. It's okay, says Jose. Okay, good. So for those that just joined, I'll show you this too. There's the spare nozzle that it came with. So it comes with a nozzle and the heat break. It's quite the unique setup. All metal, of course, because there's your little filament hole. We don't have any Bowden tube going down. So a 0.4 nozzle, and then you can get different size nozzles for this. Okay, and in our bonus kit, we got the big cooling fan, which basically goes up under. It's going to end up being kind of up around here somewhere. We have to print the stand for it. Came with the blade for the scraper that's currently being printed. It came with some extra nozzle wipe things for the nozzle wiper on the back. Those are little, and again, these are spare parts that are cheap. I think you can buy. I think these are like $1 or $1.50 a piece or something like that, and they're readily available. It's awesome, and and we have a little magnets. It says magnets for scraper. So I think it's a magnetic mount or something. So define normal. Oh, the lavalier sounded scratchier. Okay, well then we know better than to go with that mic. Then I like this mic. Then I wanna, good sound is important to me. So I will forever be apologizing for using that mic through this stream, but hey, I think we're good now. Now, when Zenben, are you saying define normal as in define me sounding normal? Or are you saying define normal as in normal is not a normal hot end? Yeah, exactly. How do you define normal these days? I find it interesting on the side of this hot end, you've got that tiny little hole there on the side. And I don't know what that would be for. Unless there's a thermistor that goes in. No, I don't know if that would be, if you're going to have a thermistor going in there. I don't know. Possibly. I've not torn apart or seen one of their hot ends torn apart in detail yet. So I don't know if I want to be the one to do it. Much better, to be honest. Okay, good. Well, thanks, Teza. I appreciate that. And this is what we will go with then. I know this mic picks up a lot of background noise, but as long as it picks me up as well, that's fine. Has more bass. Yes, it does. It's running through a mixer as well, whereas my other mic was not running through a mixer. So this one's running through a mixer, and we were able to adjust the sound quality on this mic. So that's good to know. Okay, well, we know now that even on a live stream with a loud printer next to it, we will keep this mic. How are we looking on the prints here? The prints themselves look really good. Man, that scraper, it even has the Bambu logo and name on it. I don't know what that piece it's printing now is for, but let's just see. Let's see if I can get you a good camera view of the finished piece here. For now, I'm just going to do the overhead as we turn this around. Well, let's see if I can zoom in on this guy. It's a bit bright. Now, if I zoom in, come on, zoom in, right in, and oh, come on. I want to get closer. There we are. So it looks good. I mean, it's really hard to tell in the camera with the shadows and stuff, but that looks really good. The top surface of that print. We can darken it up a little bit here. Not too much. Well, it's good looking print so far. And over here we are working on the other, which I believe is probably, I don't know if that's a holder for this or if it's a cap or a cover. I don't know what it is. But it's looking pretty good. Hey, Jesse, how are you, sir? So this has 13 minutes remaining. Yeah, that looks good. I mean, considering how much this thing is shaking too. And remember, the camera shows a lot of defects in the surfaces, and I don't know, that looks really good to me. So I'm always wanting to reach in and pop off the piece that's finished, but you bought the X1C combo and liked it so much, you sold your CNC and a couple printers, bought another X1C combo and a P1P with AMS. Nice. You have a problem. Don't we all, Jesse? Don't we all have problems when it comes to that stuff? I have 13 Twitter notifications. Don't know why. There's what I like to see. 48 likes, 46 people watching. Skew those numbers. And again, down this side, subscribe if you're not subscribed to me. 2023 is going to be a year of me gaining some subscribers. I'm going to be doing some different types of videos this year, some comparison between printers. We're going to compare the Bambu Lab, this guy here. We're going to compare this to some other printers, some popular printers like the Vorons, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to do some printing comparison models using the same slicer, et cetera, et cetera. So nothing that anybody else isn't going to be doing, but hey, I'm just going to do it the DWIT way. Yeah. Yeah, it's good on Bambu for bringing this down to a medium priced printer. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out with something eventually that's going to compete with the Ender 3 clone arena. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Well, this has 10 minutes. Let me go grab, I'm going to go grab some Jesse PLA. Not Jesse PLA, Polymaker PLA. There we go. Polylite PLA. Red. We'll try this next. I'm going to throw that on and we'll print that little, we'll print something else on the card. Until I get, then I'll be doing some more stuff, more streams or more videos or streams where I play with the slicer a bit more. It's an interesting looking slicer, and it's intrigued me that they've added Voron profiles. So you can bet I'll be throwing some Voron prints on this slicer and give it a shot on the Vorons and see what happens. They're all special. The only ones that come with a hint of maple syrup. Well, thanks, Joe. Old age pensioner rents are crazy. Yeah, well, rents everywhere. I mean, yeah, rent controls something that's far and few between. I'm not going to play with that acupuncture needle. I know it'll end up happening. I'll break the prediction that there will be no blood on the stream. Okay, 9 minutes. And then we will we'll do the unload. It's got an unload filament feature on here. And of course, the loading is automatic. And then it should do some purging when I load a different color. It'll be interesting to see how much it purges on a color change. And I'm sure that is something that can set in the firmware, but we'll see what the default is. And then we're going to work on printing some sides for it. So a lot of fun stuff to play with on this as we move forward. You tried the profile for your 2.4 and it was horrible. Okay, yeah. It'll be interesting to play with that and try it. Yeah. And which would you know, really, that would kind of surprise me that they would put untuned profiles. You'd think that they would have tested it instead of just saying, okay, here it is, it's the bad size, and here's a profile. Because a lot of people might not know if they're buying this. Well, mind you, if there's somebody just buying the Bambu for the sake of buying the Bambu because it's easy plug and play, they're not necessarily going to have a Voron to try. And if you have a Voron, you pretty much should know how to tune your slicer to get your printer to print good. So, yeah. I was going to say that they should have provided perfectly tuned profiles, but is there such a thing? Because every printer is a little different. Okay, we have 7 minutes left. And according to this, yeah, it says 7 minutes, 89%. Lamp. Oh, so I can turn the light on and off in the device section of the slicer, but the lamp is, I don't have the light plugged in yet. These prints look really good, and this thing is impressively fast. Yeah, you do everything over Wi-Fi. Yeah, the nice screen is a privilege. Yeah, and that's, same thing as with my Vorons. I do everything over Wi-Fi on and everything's on the computer. So it's nice to have the screens, but are they necessary? No. You had to move back in June due to apartment became a condo. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. How can they double it? That's ridiculous, Mark. Okay, 5 minutes. Whatever this piece is, it's got to be a holder or something. I don't know. The proprietary stuff, yeah. That's the issue that a lot of people will have. New location is 2. Holy crap. Oh, I see. Oh, you had to move because it became a condo and you had to buy it otherwise. Oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah. On my 2.4, do you get a clunking noise when probing and Z-hop? I'm trying to figure out how to silence it a little. I don't, Custom Creations. A clunking noise? No. No. Hey, 3D Experiments, no problem. You're here. That's what matters. No, I don't get a clinking noise. But I'd like to know what you mean by clunking, because we could define that as something different, right? Overnight with no with no notice, Jesse. That's just not right. Oh my goodness, I remember Tandy computers. Okay, we are almost done. We are at 4 minutes. I thought it said 5 minutes 2 minutes ago. Still a pretty quick print. Yeah, it depends on. I mean, depending on the city you're in, depending on where you are, there's certain rental laws, and usually they have to give notice. But some of them don't. And they probably figure that most people aren't going to fight it anyways. So, Tandy started out as a leather goods company. Did not know that. Did not know that. Here we go. We're approaching the finish line. It says 3 minutes left, but it said 4 minutes 2 minutes ago. So, hey, a little grainy when I zoom in on that camera. Mind you, that's about 400% zoom in, so it's probably a little bit of software zoom. Tandy, I'm pretty sure you're right, Mark. You're old, you know useless things. Hey, me too. Only time you hear the printer is when I stop talking. Okay, well, that's cool. That's good. And it's a bit loud, but it's the fans that are loud. And I can imagine when this thing gets hooked up, it's going to be even louder. Oh, we're slowing down. We are on the final layers. We are down to 2 minutes, but then again, it said 3 minutes 2 minutes ago. So show me a slicer that gives accurate times, and I'll show you a unicorn in real life. The battle of the geezers is not who will win, but who will declare cocktail hour first. There we go. Tandy was Radio Shack, yeah. Went from Radio Shack to the source. They've never been the same since. Yeah, we're on top layers now. So yeah, I don't have a volumeter. I don't know what you call them. I don't have a sound thing. So I'm not going to be able to actually test that. I don't have a proper sounding, whatever those are called. So, and yes, oceanfront property in Arizona. You got that, Andrew. What are those sound things called? Where you measure your decibels? A decibel meter. I guess it's a decibel meter. I don't have a decibel meter. Okay, we're on our last layer. We are 0 minutes left. According to the slicer, we're finished. Okay, now there we go. It's finishing off. It's going to wipe the nozzle. It's finished, and we're going to lower the bed. Okay, how low are you going to do the bed? How low do you go? Oh, kind of right there. Okay, cool. Oh, that didn't take any effort to pop those off. Okay, well, let's have a look at these then, shall we? Was I right? Is this a holder for... I think that's a holder for this. Okay, so let's have a quick peek here. Here's this piece. I mean, that is a pretty damn clean print, if you ask me. There's the bottom. There's the top. Top's a little bit rough in a couple spots, but you know, you could always slow those top layers down a bit. Okay. But that's not bad. And then the scraper itself. Okay, there's the bottom layer of the scraper. Oops, let's turn it over so you can actually read it. I mean, look how clean that text came out. And that's decent. That's not bad at all. And then whatever this little piece is, I think this is for, I think that's just a little piece to hold the scraper in. So there's the, whoops. Boy, they look good. They look good. That's very clean. I mean, considering how fast you're going, that's extremely clean. I mean, with the naked eye under certain light, you can say, oh yeah, you can see layer lines. Like if I hold that at an angle, it's going to be even difficult to see at an angle, but you know, you're hard pressed to find a decent print like that off of a plug and play printer. So, okay. Well, with that done, let's switch over filament real quick. So let's put the bed back on without touching. We didn't really have to touch the bed. And let's check out this filament unload. Excuse me. Let's see how this works. We can watch it from the back there, but so on the menu here, well, you guys don't have to see it. I kind of showed you, but we have the ability up front here there we go. So we can go over to, it's going to take a little bit getting used to this. So we go over the filament menu here. So we go over and then we go down to unload and unload. And it says unloading. It's going to heat it up, of course. Well, it should be heating it up first. We'll see what happens. Well, it brings it right to the front corner for us. Oh, no, over to this corner for us. Okay, and it says unloading. So it says unloading here. So let's wait and see. So obviously it's going to heat the hot end up. And now it's moving. It's cleaning the nozzle. It says unloading. Sounds like it's pushing filament out now. Did it purge any first? I don't know. Unloaded. So it's telling me to unload. So let's go ahead and just see. Yeah. Whoops, don't let go of the end. So unloaded. Nice clean cut. So it obviously purges and gives us a super clean cut. Then it unloads. Okay, so let's put that aside for now. And let's go ahead and load some Polymaker in. Okay. Now I got to keep in mind, it says push till you can't push anymore, but as we learned the last time, we had to actually push it in a little further. Okay, let's see how well this works. Let's see what the other prints are that are on here. So we go back over. We're unloaded. Okay, we hit okay, unloading. Oh, I don't want to unload again. We have a little spit out there. There we go. I didn't want to unload again. I guess I didn't have to hit the unload button. I had to hit the back button. Just means the filament manufacturer tangled it from the factory. I didn't want you to unload again, but thanks anyways. My own bad. Okay, it's going to purge. Does its little purge. Unloading. Okay, and unload. Make sure I get this pushed in far enough again. There we go. Okay. So instead of doing that again, I think I just need to hit the back button. There we go. Back over here. Let's go down to the files. And we will print Dino Puzzle, Bamboo Spool, Part 1, no. Scraper, no. I thought there was a benchy on here, but I could be wrong. Mini tray. Outer diameter gauge. Phone stand. Screw gauge. Spartan SD card holder. There is no, let's do an SD card holder. It says 9 minutes and 50 seconds, or is that 9 hours and 50 minutes? Well, that's 9 hours. No, let's not do that. What's the puzzle? I'm trying to find a quick one. 3 Dino puzzle, 9 hours, 50 minutes. Is that? No, that's 1 hour and 2 minutes. Sorry. 951 is the amount of filament used. Or is that the time? That might be the time. I don't know. What's a honeycomb organizer? Well, that's the date and time. I haven't set the date and time. Okay, forget it. Forget it. Forget it. Just ignore me, guys. That's a little embarrassing. Okay, what's a squishy turtle? Let's print a squishy turtle. No, it's not that. Not the 9 hours was the time. 9:51. It's 6:51 here. It's obviously 3 hours ahead wherever the clock is set on this thing. So that's kind of funny. Yeah, I didn't see a benchy on it either. We'll just start the squishy turtle. It's according to this, I don't think there's any really short prints. This says 1 hour and 54 minutes. We'll get a start on the squishy turtle. And then I just want to see how it starts and how the actual filament looks after about 15, 20 minutes with the Jesse PLA filament. Now I got to make sure sorry, Polymaker. I keep calling it Jesse, but I have Jesse filament as well. Oh yeah, I cannot pull that out now. So that's gripped. So I shouldn't have to babysit that for it to load. An M600 color swap. Oh yes. Okay, Jose, thank you so much for your popping in. I appreciate that. Back to work. Back to work tomorrow. Well, you have a great week, and we'll catch you on the next one. Don't worry about the all caps. Nightbot, you know, just ignore Nightbot. Nightbot's a BI, you know what I mean. So I want to, well, this is going, oh, here we go. Looks like we're going to start up. I want to figure out this scraper now. Although I don't know if I'm going to use this scraper on the textured build plate, but hey. For spool holder, and there's one here for scraper. For DIY shell, for hot end, for extruder. Where's my scraper hardware? For P1P. Where's my scraper? What are we doing here? We are heating the bed up. Bed's going to 65. Hopefully this was PLA. Oh yeah, it's PLA. It says they're written the file name. There's going to be PLA for spool holder, for hot end, for DIY shell, for extruder. Oh, must be this one, last one. Yeah, for scraper. There we go. Okay, it's going to go through its startup procedure. It's going to do this every time, which is no big deal. It's no different than my Vorons that go through their startup procedure every print, which I would rather it do. My 2.1 goes through its quad gantry level. It goes through the Z offset adjust, and then it goes through the mesh leveling. So it ensures perfect prints every time. This is going to be no different. Cleans the nozzle before it probes the bed. Okay, this scraper blade. That is sharp. Wow. That's a razor. Let's see. Oh yeah, you could shave with that. And it fits perfectly on the handle. It can only go one way. So right there, the holes aren't lining up. Whereas if you turn it around, you've got one hole high, one hole low. So your scraper can only go in the one way because it wants the flat to be on the bottom and the bevel to be on the top. Oh, I didn't remove my purge line. There we go. So I'm just guessing on how this thing goes together. So that's got to go in there. This has got to go on the front, and then the screws. Go in the back here, and they are self-tapping. Let's have a look. Am I in the hole? I am in the hole. Okay. we're doing dual things here. We're watching the printer do its leveling while I put this scraper together. So there we go. There's the scraper assembled. So, and then actually that could be tightened down a bit more. Okay. And then this has got to be a holder for it. That's exactly what it is. It's a holder for the scraper. Look at that. Then you could put this wherever, I suppose. Just, I don't know. Yeah, not going to mount it that way. But yeah, that's kind of, that's interesting, right? But with a flexible build plate, shouldn't need to go. Oh, here comes the jet engines, by the way. That is sharp. Like that, you could, well, here, I'll give you an example. Rather than draw blood on my stream, there you go, look at that. That is sharp. Yeah, that's kind of overkill. That's more of a razor blade than a scraper. And the magnets go in the gap in the back. Oh, okay. Oh, the magnets go here. I get it. Okay, so the magnets go right in here, and then the scraper just sticks on wherever, or if I want, yeah. So, okay. But I don't know if I'd ever really use that scraper on a textured PEI build plate. Hey, Marcel, how are you? I've got 4 squares for your chat. Okay, so the magnet goes in like that, and then it would stick to, oh, I don't know, something like that, I suppose, because you can't really come down lower because this little guy here kind of interferes with it. You can see that sticks out a little further than the magnet. Okay, well, anyways, oh, cool. Anyways, so there's the scraper built. And of course, there's all kinds of remixes and everything in the scrapers. You can print an all plastic scraper if you want. But yeah, I cannot see using that on a textured PEI sheet without damaging. Anyways, it's cool. First print. Doop. And you get a spare screw. Take note, all you other 3D printing companies that send out printers, and spare parts are always good. It's the new emojis waving. Oh, it doesn't show up on my end. But thank you for the wave. So I don't see a need for the LED strip yet, but I can see a need for the LED strip once the side covers are put on. But the LED strip, apparently, I think it goes up over here somewhere. And how come I'm not printing? Okay, same thing. Did that not purge the filament out for me? It didn't. Okay, well, that's an issue. Let's stop the print. So obviously I have to hold the filament in when it purges. Okay, so let's do it again. Don't know if it's something I'm not doing right, but I don't think so. Squishy turtle, print. So obviously I have to, obviously I have to push this in either further or hold it in, because that's the second time it didn't take it. It's not a big deal, but it says push it in as far as it can go. You do that. There we go. See, now I feel it taking it. Okay, well, maybe that's what I got to do when I load filaments is make sure it's taking it. Fortunately, it doesn't have to go through all that leveling again, I think, because I've done the same print, and I think it realizes, hey, there's no filament in here, you idiot, or something. Let's see what happens here. Oh, anyways, it's been a good build. I've quite enjoyed doing this. It's fast, it's up. You can have this thing up and running a lot faster than I did, because if you're not streaming and you're just getting it all set up, it's awesome. Okay, let's see what it does this time. Hopefully, well, no, maybe it does have to go through that whole routine again. I remember I had to run upstairs last time. Yeah, it probably does. So the LED strip, I think, yeah, it goes right in here. Let's see. Looks like it goes right up there, and the plug to plug it in is somewhere. We'll find it. We'll Anyways, we'll save that for another video, is getting all these accessories hooked in. An endoscope. Oh, that would be cool. We're going to do the whole... Looks like we're going to do the whole thing here again. That's okay. We'll get this going. 7:04. We'll call it quits at 7:30 or so. We'll see how much this can do. I just want to see how well this works with a different filament. And then we'll do a bunch of prints. We'll give this thing a really good workout. But then at the same time, then I've got to get going, finish off the trident. And man, I got a lot of stuff to work on. No complaints, though. Oh, that's interesting. It's doing almost like a... here we go. Okay. Oh, okay. It didn't do the full level. I think that's something you can tell it to do once in a while. There we go. There's the purge line. Now we have filament. Yay! Okay. Oh yeah, I'll be printing panels, 3D experiments for sure. I just don't know which panels yet. I don't think I want the pegboard panels, because I don't think I want to be hanging tools off of this. Because I think when it gets going, it's going to be rattly. And if you have tools hanging off the sides, you're going to be rattle, 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 rattle. I can handle the noise of the printer. I don't think I could handle the noise of rattling tools. So... So this is called Squishy Frog. Oh, no, sorry, Squishy Turtle by Jake. It's running at 220 and 65 degrees for the first layer. Now, this Polymaker PLA, let's see what it specifies to run at. Let's just have a peek here. It's saying 190 to 230 with a 25 to 60 degree bed. So we're okay. We're in the specs for the Polymaker. I'm guessing it's going to... Well, it'd be interesting to see if that actually is doing a hotter first layer, or if it's going to stay at 220 for all the layers. Again, this was on the SD card that's already in here. I have no idea what it's printing. It doesn't look like a squishy turtle to me, but hey. Does anybody know what a squishy turtle looks like? Here, let's turn that around there so you guys can see that on this camera. It's a little dark there, but I wonder if I can get this light. Possibly. Let's just see. I have a little bit of range of movement on this one. Oh, mind you, this light's only at 20% power, so see if I increase that a bit. Oh, there we go. That's a little better. There's 80% power. That's a little better. Shine a little light on it. We'll get this going, and then we'll call it once this gets going fast. So far, first layer looks great. There we go. Now we're picking up speed. Now we're cooking. That is impressively fast. Yeah. Does it give me the speed readout? Let's see. Let me see. I didn't slice this, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's not telling me the speed, but I'm guessing based on the basic profiles in the slicer, it's going probably around. Hang on. Let's see if there's anything here that tells me how fast it's going in the slicer on the printer device status. No. It's got to be going 300 millimeters a second at least for this speed. It's pretty quick. Interesting though. Interesting thing though, when you think about it too, it's a test model from the card. It's printing it in the top left corner of the build plate. That's all that's on the plate now, and it's printing it in the front left corner as opposed to the middle of the build plate. Without clipper, probably not. I don't know. It's going pretty quick. The default speeds, if I do a prepare, default speeds for Polylite PLA with their default profile is where are we? Outer wall 200, inner wall 300, infill 250, top surface 200, and 10,000 acceleration for normal printing, and 5,000 for outer wall. So it's got some pretty good speed to it. It does. It is. Dum. The frames itself are very solid. Like, they're not flimsy. It almost looks like it's flimsy, like you could bend them, but they're solid. They're very solid frames. I'm trying to think. Let's see, how thick are they? They are. Is this zeroed? Yeah. It's 1.5 millimeter steel, thick steel. Boom. Oh, wrong camera. So we're 1.5 millimeters thick on the frames, which is pretty substantial. Actually, 1.58. Yeah, I can't bend them. I can't flex this at all. So I would say the actually, I can measure it up here too, just to be sure. Let's just have a look. That measures, yeah, the other one's not that good. This measures out at 1.58. And just the way that they've structured it, it's got a very strong structure. The bottom is like a plastic base on the bottom. The back plate, it's a metal back plate. I'm assuming behind this back plate is all of the main board and everything. I haven't opened that up. But considering I'm on a Lazy Susan, stamped steel welded together just like a car body, yeah, it's great. What size are the linear rods? They are 8 millimeters. Yep. 8 millimeter rods and lead screws. Now the bed, I can't. Well, the bed itself it's an interesting bed. It is. It's hard. I can't get an accurate reading without the build plate, but with the build plate, let's do this. 7.8 millimeters with the build plate. So I'm going to. Well, maybe if I do it like this. Looks like it's about a 5.8 millimeter thick build plate or hot bed. So pretty heavy duty bed. Yeah, it is solid though. And as I was saying, considering I have it on a wobbly-ish Lazy Susan board, it's not moving as much as I would have expected it to move, and the prints are not showing any artifacts based on the fact that it's wobbling a lot being on this. Now, of course, when I take it off of this and it gets a permanent home, whether it's on the end of this bench or what it is, we'll have to redo the whole calibration thing. So, yeah. But it's sticking to the bed great. Whatever the squishy turtle model is supposed to be, it's sticking to the bed really well. The red looks really good. So no problem switching to the Polymaker Filament. And it's not as loud as I expected. It's not as loud as I expected. The loudest noise I'm hearing right now is that cooling fan. And it's if it was in an enclosure, it's going to cut it down even more. But it's not so bad. I mean, when I stop talking, you guys can hear it. So, would I want to sit and have it next to my desk if I'm working? I don't really care. I'm the kind of guy that needs white noise when he sleeps. So overall, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed so far. Yeah, I have to say so. I haven't had a chance, as I say, to play with the slicer too much yet. But from a first time user of this thing, I'm very impressed. It is solidly built. I don't know. I don't have the X1 carbon, so I don't know if I'm missing the other features like the LiDAR and all that. If this thing performs like this, I don't necessarily see the need for a LiDAR to monitor my first layer because this thing is running really good first layers. We'll see how that goes after running a whole bunch of prints. The camera. Yeah, it would be nice to have that high-res camera to do some time lapses. I've always wanted to do time lapses, but we will have this little guy here to do the monitoring, I suppose. This is just a cheap, it's probably a $5, if that, little camera in here. I don't even know what resolution's on it, whatever like that, but we'll get that hooked up and try that out. Great that we have this cooling fan so that we can probably print even faster. And we'll get that extra cooling so we won't have any cooling issues. And the LED strips that's going to go in it. So Depending on the room you're doing it in, you don't necessarily need the LED strips unless you put your custom sides on, and then you're going to want more light in it. So, yeah. But no, I'm impressed so far. The only thing I would caution is, which it says when you're loading filament to push it in until it stops. But I found twice now that you have to actually kind of force it in a little more until it grips, and then you're good to go. So that's it. So I'm trying to figure out what this is. But boy, the side, it looks good. I'm going to try and get this other camera on so you can see. But this is a good looking print again. For how fast it's going, how clean those lines are, and how clean the edges are, it's impressive. So let's see if I can't get you guys in closer with this camera again. Here we go. See if I can't focus this a bit better. I mean, look at those layers. Beautiful. What this has to do with a squishy turtle, I don't know. But that is a squishy turtle being printed. I mean, it's hard to get a clear picture because of the vibration going on, but considering it's printing such clean lines with all that vibration is impressive as well. Oh, look at that. I don't want to take that apart, but that is this bamboo spool is the one that comes apart. That is so cool. That is cool. Anyways, I'm getting cold again. My feet are freezing. Good point, Zenbender. But look at those. Look at those layer. Oh, don't want to do that. Look at those layer lines right in here. How clean those are. Considering that speed this thing is going. Wow. And we got good adhesion. So yeah, clean your bed. Clean your print bed first when you get it. I did watch a couple videos of guys that they were getting lifting prints because they didn't clean their print bed to begin with. You just never know what's been handled, when they put them together. Because I'm sure they don't put them there together, slap the band on, and give it a cleaning. So. Oh, darn. You know what I just remembered? Somebody asked me about this camera, and I don't remember who it was, and I don't know if they're still on. Let's see if I can find out who that was. Don't remember, but I will get to them next time. Okay. Just slipped my mind. Yeah, this is a longer print. It says 92 minutes left. Oh, was that you, Custom Creations? Okay, good. Okay, so the camera that's showing right now, thank you for reminding me, and I apologize for taking so long. Let me go back to this guy here. So the camera that's showing right now is one like this. It's called basically ELP digital camera. It's got a small lens on it. This particular lens is this is a 2.8 to 12 millimeter. Okay, they have a zoom button, and then back in the back is a focus button, and then the middle one is like a like your aperture. It's open and closed for your aperture, so you can brighten. You know, it's just like your f-stop basically. Okay, the one that's showing right now is a 5 to 50 millimeter lens that's on here now, and it's got the same 3 dials, so you have your zoom, your focus, and your aperture. It is a fixed focus camera. It's a USB plug, and they're great. The lenses are interchangeable, so you can get these on AliExpress. This one is basically, if you look at the back, it's called a ELP 4K USB camera. So yeah, and this one, then you get different lenses and so forth. So if you just go on AliExpress or even just Google ELP 4K USB camera, they've got Panasonic or Sony lenses in them, which is key. This one here I'm not using at the moment, but this is also a good all-around camera for just setting up. And if you're just going to go on one area and stay in focus on one area, like monitoring a print or something, it works great. So, you know, like for instance, this one here is staying in focus. You can actually lock your focus and your zoom rings in. So they're great little cameras for this type of thing. So actually this could do with a little bit of darkening. There we go. Back this out a little bit. There we go. That red is very bright in the lens. Oh, nice. Oh, that's good. Well, I look forward to you starting to stream custom creations. Let us know. Yeah, these cameras are about, I think you can get them in the US. I think they're like anywhere from $99 to $120 US for those cameras. Let me just see. I know they went up since I got them a while ago. ELP. Let me see where they're at now. You can get them on Amazon now too. Okay. Oh man. Is that with the lens? Oh, that's only a fixed lens, 4 millimeter. But let me look on Amazon.com. Amazon sells them now, so that's probably quicker than going from AliExpress or something. Yeah, like there's one, for instance, right there. That's on Amazon.com. And there's a Hot Pet 4K webcam, 5 to 50 millimeter lens, 30 frame per second video, yada, yada, yada. And I believe you can get USB camera module. Yeah, you can buy the different parts for it. But that's one. And if you go back to the search for them, there's a few different ones here. I don't know $56, 2-megapixel webcam, 2.8 to 12 millimeter. I believe that's the one I have on this one, is a 2.8 to 12 millimeter. It is. And if it's only 2 megapixel, it's a really good image if that's the same lens that I have. But for for streaming, you don't need a whole lot better. 1080p, 100 frames per second, USB camera, and that's $56.99 US. So there's a lot of them you can find. Yeah, just look up the ELP 4K USB webcams, and there's a lot of them to look through here. But they all pretty much have that same look to them. These are just the modules if you wanted to build your own case. So here's another one that's 2.8 to 12, 4 times digital zoom. No, 4 times optical zoom, sorry. So, yeah. Anyways, that's kind of where you're looking. Holy crap, Teza. Wow. Yeah, I got to go back to work Tuesday as well. Back to the grind. Oh man, this print looks so good. I still don't know what to expect though for a squishy turtle, but and that the camera's making that filament look a whole lot brighter than it really is. I wonder if this other camera, I wonder if I can reach this over here. Let me see. Let's see if this, there we go. That's a little better look at it. That's a little better angle. Yeah, that's got to be hard to watch for too long though. Really shaky and jumpy. Can I hold this steady, I wonder? No, I can't. There's no way. That's more accurate to the color though. Oh, I see. Okay. Very focal. But the one that's apparently, yeah, I don't know. Is this a 4K? But this camera here says it's a 4K, and I can zoom in and out of that. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I think 1080p is plenty. Is plenty of lens for streaming for the most part. So. Okay, so this has another 83 minutes left to go. We are not going to go much longer because we are at our 3 hours. So that's it. We're going to continue doing some prints on this. We will feature some more things for this in videos and maybe some midweek live streams and so forth. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with this so far. As I say, we've got to hook up some of those accessories, get some more hours of printing on it. But so far, I'm very impressed. But, 2 or 3 test prints off of the SD card that came with it don't tell a story. It's when I slice something and when I do some actual prints or some actual functional parts with it that's going to really tell the story. So I think I will reserve my, I guess, review. Not that I have to review this thing, but I will reserve my opinion whether or not this is something you got to get. It's great. It works well. Until I slice some of my own models, even some of the models that I designed, I'm going to try and slice up with their slicer and just see how well they work. So, and I'll try PETG. I may even just, for the hell of it, even though it's not enclosed, throw some ABS on this and just see what happens with ABS. I know you need an enclosure, blah, 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 but it's possible to print ABS smaller parts without an enclosure. So we'll see what happens, but we'll go from there. But anyways, that's kind of it for tonight. This is what I wanted to do, was unbox this and show this as the first thing in 2023 for my first stream. You know, new year, new printer, sort of new direction. We're going to do some exciting things coming up. So tune in, subscribe if you're not. Share my channel out. That's appreciated, because this I want to be a year of growth. I've been doing this for 2 years now, and I'm very comfortable doing it, and I've learned a lot in those 2 years, and I want to start passing some of that on and go from there. So hey, everybody that's watching, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. For those that have, I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you guys, and I look forward to hanging out a lot more in 2023 with you guys on my channel and otherwise. So thank you so much, everybody, and I hope everybody has a wonderful evening and a wonderful day tomorrow. If you've got the day off, great. If you got to go to work, get back at it, and let's get 2023 rolling. So talk to all you guys later. Wonderful. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye for now.